So a lot of you have been sleeping on Moomoo. So in this video, I'm gonna show you some of the features that I think you're sleeping on to help you do some research, to help you maybe find some stocks you want to trade on the day, find some stocks that are undervalued, find some stocks with some good moves. If that sounds good to you, keep watching. The video is of course brought to you by Moomoo. At the time of this recording, they are offering up to $1,000 worth of NVIDIA stock, along with an 8.1 APY on all your uninvested cash. So if that sounds good to you, be sure to check out the link down below in the description. Now, taking a look at it, here we are in the Moomoo app. All right, first thing I kind of want to take a look at and show you. Notice down here at the bottom, it says watch lists, markets, accounts, news, and more. All right, first off, let me tell you, when it comes to news on the free feed, when it comes to getting the good stuff, I want to show you how to find news fast, because when it comes to free news, Moomoo is my fastest source of free news. So show y'all how I look at it, how I find things. Whenever I see a stock jumping, I'm like, whoa, what's going on? I'm in here, I'm in Moomoo. So I'm gonna click on this news tab, and notice at the top, there are headlines. All right, so I'm gonna click on headlines. This is gonna be kind of the bigger stuff for the day. You can pull the top down to refresh and just kind of see what's going on. Sometimes you'll see things in orange text that should jump out and grab your attention, but there's not really anything in orange text on this screen. So I'm moving on. Moving on, looking over at the tab that says latest. This is going to be the latest news. So right here you can see it says 1202, 1202, 1202. This is when these news reports were, or these news articles were released. And as we scroll down, you can see, oh, there are some of these in orange. These are going to be maybe a bigger deal depending on what it is, depending on what you're trying to trade. Like right here at 11:45, NASDAQ extends gains up almost 0.5%. Just below that, Fed bids 1 year, 11-month floating rate notes total. So that's stuff to see. But yeah, anytime I see anything, maybe Trump says something silly, maybe AI is saying something exciting, maybe Elon Musk says something crazy, I don't know. But if all I gotta do is pull down right here, get a quick refresh, and it'll kind of populate. Sometimes if it's really moving, there will be a lot just like moving here, and I can kind of scroll through and see what's happening. So I really find that to be useful. Going on, clicking over to the watch list tab, this is going to be more for the stuff I'm watching. So you can see, oh, Bitcoin, Nike, Nvidia. These are stocks and assets that are in my watch list that I'm paying attention to. So this is pretty cool to do that. I know for a fact, like Google had some news today. So another way, you don't have to just go to news over here. You can click on watch lists. And if I click on Google and then click on news right here, I can see all the news from Google. So it'll usually have the top news in the top right here. So NVIDIA stock falls on report that Google is stepping up AI. Why Google stock is defying AI bubble fears. All right, that's two headlines right there. And then the more recent stuff is going to be beyond the top. So like the last headline was from about 10 minutes ago on Google. If I ever see a stock moving, this is how I'm looking for it. All right, so that's going to be how I find my news. This is a major gem right here, and once again, probably the best free place to get your news for the stock market. You can turn on alerts. I like to see the alerts. This right here is one of the couple sources of news I have actually feeding me alerts throughout the day, and sometimes I actually trade based off that. All right, next up, major key. If you click on this markets tab right here at the bottom, we have depending on what you're trading. I'm usually trading stocks. You get a general overview, but notice at the top you got crypto, stocks, options, ETFs, overview. But I always find this overview to be a good one, but mostly I'm on stocks, so I'm gonna just pay attention to that. So we can see how the three main indexes are up here at the top. All right, so you got the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, and the S&P 500. You can see anything that any upcoming IPOs Like if you're someone that likes to do stuff with those, I personally don't. So I just move on. All right, you can see like recent earnings, upcoming earnings. They got a little earnings calendar. So if I click over on this arrow where it says earnings, that brings you into kind of an earnings focus. So this is all the popular companies that have earnings coming up. So we got the 25th, all these different dates here. And if we want to look at the calendar, we can click on this arrow at the top and we can kind of see things more in order. So this, chef's kiss, beautiful. All right, going back, there's more. You can see different kind of earnings results, economic calendar. All right, and right here you have your featured list. I know a lot of people hop on the streams and they're like, yo, what's moving? For me, it's not personally the way I trade, but if you want to see what's hot, if you want to see the top gainers, you can do that. All right, you got the heat list too. You can see what's kind of getting the most volume. It's usually going to be the big dogs. This is usually where I'm at. So we can see Nvidia is feeling it today, down 3.5%. Google's up 1%. The other Google's up 1.2%. Meta is up too. I'm actually in Meta right now, and that's nice. AMD is down as well, so it's good to see. Good to see. All right, then you have like dividend rankings, heat map. This is going to be important right here. It's always a good idea to know what stocks are doing well, what stocks are not doing well. So once again, we're still on the markets tab. We're on the stock section. And right here, if you scroll down enough, you get to the heat map. So I can see these industries are doing well. I can see internet, content, and whatever is doing well. Internet, content, and information doing well. And when you click on it, it brings you in to show you, oh, what's in these. And then you can come over and see, oh, this one is red, not doing so well. Semiconductors down almost 2%. Let's see what's in here that's down. So most of them look like they're up. But yeah, there are going to be some big dogs down. Like, so over here, we got all these down, and that is what's holding those down. All right. And then if we want to see a broadened heat map, we can click on this arrow right here, and you can see all the sectors and see how the overall market's doing. So, like a lot of times when it comes down to the question, what's dragging down the market? This is how you find it. All right, so let's scroll, let's back out. Say you're looking for a certain kind of pattern. Like if you want to see a bullish continuation, you got this pattern finder, you can click on it. Any kind of pattern you want to see, like if you only like to trade a certain setup, if that's how you like to do, Moomoo actually identifies those for you. So say I was looking for triple bottoms. All right, there aren't any, month. All right, so there aren't anything that really shows that pattern, but double bottom, let's see. All right, we got all these stocks. Let's look at global net release or global net lease and see what the chart's looking like. All right, so right here you can see, okay, comes down, we got a bottom. They call that a second bottom. I don't love that one. I might want to find one that looks a little bit more double bottomy. This one looks a little better. But yeah, it's really cool that you can come in here and look at the patterns. All right, next up, I'm gonna back out of that, back out of the pattern finder. This is another major key right here, the trend projection tool. All right, so coming in, looking at it, say we want to look at the trend projection right now. It has Google, but let's click on that little arrow. Right here, what they're doing is comparing similar looking charts to kind of project what could be. So right here, we got SOXL looking very similar to TGRP. So should that happen, it might kind of slightly pull back a little bit and then just ramp up and go crazy. So be on the lookout for that. You can see they have the trend similarity. Like for instance, you got Hood and eToro. They're the same kind of company. You got Hood, you got eToro. And yeah, they have a very similar pattern. If it plays out the same, we got some time that Robinhood might be trading sideways. But if not, then Robinhood can do its thing. All right, so going back, next thing we got the institutional tracker. All right, so right here you can find different, you can see the big institutions. You can see the most held stocks if you want to get in on some quality stocks that have a nice floor under them, because if these institutions are holding, you know they're going to have a solid floor under them. And you can also get in the charts and see, hey, where are these institutions buying them? That way you know next time it comes there, these institutions are holding these, it won't be there long. All right, so here we're gonna kind of call it right there. There is a lot more to see, but I've been hearing that you weren't really aware of what Moomoo has to offer. So I figured, hey, why not take this time and let's get familiar with it. So if you learned anything or found this video to be helpful, don't leave anybody hanging. Be sure to share this video with a friend. Also, be sure to smash the like button. If for some reason you're new here and haven't already, be sure to subscribe. And last, but certainly not least, thank you so much for watching. Matthew Manuel signing off, and I want to change your life.